Hello, it's John Lord back here again, and what are we calling ourselves? John Lord's Secret Garden, which is not a particularly good name because if it's up on YouTube it's not very secret, because that's the purpose of YouTube, to make nothing secret anymore. But what we're going to do is go through an entire season of our garden, starting at the very beginning. Now we're just come out of a very bad piece of snow for Ireland. We got about 10 inches of snow in Ireland, or maybe a foot of snow in Ireland, and that was like the Arctic to us because we're not used to it, so there's been a lot of disruption. Anyway, the snow is gone. We are now March, about the 14th of March. St. Patrick's Day, our national holidays, in 3 days time, and that's normally the kick-off day for Irish gardening, St. Patrick's Day. So but first, before we start officially, and the garden's out the back, this is the front of our place, and I thought it'd be interesting to show you how I worked out this new bed, and this bed on this side. This is our entrance here with hello, because it's easier to spell than entrance. And we used to have a hedge. There was a hedge this side, a big tall hedge this side, and a big tall hedge that side. And everybody said it was very enclosing. It was very enclosing. So we took one side out. And then when we took one side out, we realised we have to take the other side out. And this is my thought process. Why did we plant up? Why we planted, and what went wrong? Because stuff did go wrong. When we took the hedge out, we found there was a drop in the ground. So we had to build up the ground like this. And then when we build up the ground, the next thing is, look what you have. We have the Himalayan birch, really, really nice. And that exposed the Himalayan birch, which wasn't exposed before. There's one on each side. And we'd have a bamboo here, a nice bamboo here, Phyllostaces, and we have a large mahogany barked cherry there. So there's our big plants. The large birch, the large cherry, the bamboo, and a little bit of camellia. So when we were planting up, we put a tree here because it's in between the two, and it's the same shape as that tree there, but it's smaller. It's the purple acer, and because it's north facing, we are north facing. In Ireland, north facing is the place where you get the least wind, and acers don't like wind. So it's Japanese acers don't like wind, or maples. So it's a good place to put it. Now it's purple. So purple is a great colour in the garden, but you have to be very careful with purple. Don't overdo it. So one purple plant's enough. So this is that shape. So beside it we put this shape, and in green. Green is the most important colour in your garden, and most of your plants should be green. And that's a new Mexican orange blossom called White Dazzler. Now, I've never seen it really good because it's not that old, but it's supposed to be really good. So we put green one here, and then the type of leaf it has, see the type of leaf like that. So we put a deciduous plant. Now, we didn't use that many deciduous plants because people are coming in and out all year round, so this is a particular bed that you have to have stuff interest all year round. Now, but that's a large mop head hydrangea, ready hydrangea called Majda. So that's our setup there, and we're quite happy with it. Oh, we put a grassy thing in again. Once again, we put a Phormium. Now, we weren't sure that's too close to that colour, but we think it's okay. We tried this one. So you have to try. You never know. The greatest experts, they're never sure. You have to just mess around with the stuff. We tried this one here, and it was just a bit gaudy, and it was too similar to that. So that one we left aside. We were going to put a silver plant in, but that's a really, really good silver plant, a curry plant, but that needs full sun, so that's out. We couldn't use that. So anyway, we're sort of happy with this bed. And then we decided we'd do the far side. And in the far side, we have a very old bamboo, which we had to spend ages tinning it out. Another Phyllostaces. And we put a holly here, once again in the middle, more or less in the middle. That's going to go straight up. a variegated holly, and we put a bit of silver here. So we have variegation of silver, and then we have dark green here. And a mound shape, and a sort of a more open shape, an upright shape. And then we put, this is a hydrangea with a very large white flower called Incrediball. Now it looks a bit sad, but next year in the winter it will hold on to its dead flowers all over the winter, so it will have a winter interest. Now I was really happy with this bed. Now we put a few things over here as well, but I was really happy with this bed. I thought, oh, aren't I great? I'm a great gardener. And then Kate, who works here, she came in, and I said to Kate, isn't this great? And Kate said, no, that's terrible. It doesn't work. It's too gaudy. It's just not right. It's too stiff. So I said, what am I going to do? Anyway, Kate wasn't happy with this plant. Hi, Kate, if you're listening. And so it's funny when seeds of doubt are sown in your mind, and you go, maybe. So we got this acer. Put it there instead. And oh, everybody said that's much nicer, it's softer, pink, it's much better. So all right. I'm not proud. Come up. And then we're going to put this down later, right? More or less like that. Now, we pot it up and sell it, so we're not going to be at a loss. So that goes there. Now, we ran into a problem because you see we have an acer there and we have an acer here, and they're too close. They're actually too close because they look like they're nearly symmetrical, but they're not. So we have to make another adjustment. See, that's the thing about gardening. You do one thing that leads on to another. So this has to come up. And we go there. And then this has to come up, and this goes here. Now, see, like, there we go. Acer in. Now, that's wrong. Needs to be a bit before they're in here. Now, and then we'll put a little stake. We'll put the stake in here, and this makes another problem. You see, always when you do one thing, it's like politics. No matter what you do, there's always something else that gets in the way of the thing that you started with, and you always end up chasing your tail. The problem here is that goes up, it's going to hit the cherry. So we're going to have to nip a piece from the cherry. And I think we've too much of a gap here now for some reason. So I'm very tempted, because even though this is north facing, at this far end it's definitely getting sun. This is a very nice rose. Rose I highly recommend. It's sort of a semi ground cover rose called Bonica. Very, very good rose if you come across it. So we put the rose here, and that rose will sort of go this area, and I think we'll put this about here. Doesn't matter if you lose a bit of bark, because the bark is good for the soil. Put this about here. See, the rose there. Yeah, I think we'll get away with that. And that's what you do when you garden. And never be afraid to move stuff around and admit that you're wrong and change things around. That's the fun of it. Anyway, that's me, John Lord, starting off the year of our Lord 2000 and